Hey, Merry Christmas, y'all. I think we are on time. Let's see, I'm going to bring a few people up. Merry Christmas,
Merry Christmas! Happy New Year
Adrian,
coming
Zombie
soon.
Mama,
So
Cole.
excited.
Wow, thank you so much for the sweater, too. Whoever made me this ugly sweater for my PFP, I appreciate it. Merry Christmas. I hope you guys got your tokens, got your keys, someone got a zombie. Adrian, did you pick the meme contest winner yet?
Um, I did not. So I haven't actually released the meme contest. I had a little issue. My best friend had detached retina, and I've basically been in the ER and caregiving all week. So I did not get that contest out. So we're going to change it for New Year's. And
The
we're going to have.
contest is out. All of these memes are out. So we got to pick
They
a winner. And then you can do another New Year's. Absolutely. People been cranking out memes. So
Where
we got to
are
give
they?
out a
Where?
zombie. I'll
Oh,
cover
well then
that
tell
one.
me where it is and I'll go look and I will happily judge.
Okay, so any meme that was created before now and from our last AMA, in between AMAs for Christmas, I need you to judge. And then we'll be more formal on our New Year's. How about that?
Yes. So I have an app called Gleam that actually tracks everything so I can see all of the submissions in one place. So that's what I was trying to get out. But if you tell me where to go look, I will pick a winner.
Okay, well, I'll let the community get it to you, but I know that there were memes on Twitter and on Instagram, maybe TikTok. We're going to just pile you on with Christmas memes and hopefully feel the Christmas spirit. And I'll let you pick one. And then
I
let's
love
go with
that.
Gleam for the New Year's and we'll get this out soon. Otherwise, it's not going to be much of a contest. But we're going to get a winner anyways because we love winners and we love rewarding you guys with free shit because you guys reward us all the time. So we just love giving stuff out. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed those tokens. Man, it really adds up too. If you guys are noticing your wallet, some of them are starting to feel a little heavy, right? That's pretty good.
Oh
Definitely want
yeah.
to.
And you know now I have enough tokens. I might have to just go buy another 2D key to mint another king.
Yeah, honestly, those prices, right? And I like the minting experience was really cool. I hope most of you worked out any bugs or user errors. At this point, it seems like on the server side, we have no known issues, which is unreal. That I don't know of a interaction that isn't working on our side. On our mint gate for your metaverse assets, where you're able to take your metacrystal and turn it into a random present from the zombie billionaire zombie DAO, and then we've got the Kingsmint, which actually was pretty sophisticated. We're still running the double random reroll, making it harder or impossible to snipe, which we really love. We're not aware of anyone who's been able to snipe since you have that second roll factor. And then integrating your wallets with your BZC token, creating utility, and now bringing us to charity swap. Since there is a need for our tokens, here is the need. Here's the obvious utility. If people have a 2D card and they want to mint a king, that requires tokens. And so, unless you were a part of the drops, then you would need to acquire tokens. So, we wanted to make sure that you guys had a way that you could do that that feels really good. And so, we wanted to give you a chance to go direct through our billionaireZombies.com portal and use your wallet right there to actually swap from Ethereum or Matic on the Polygon network to BZC token. We tried to keep the price in a place that we think for the amount of liquidity we're bringing to the market is reasonable and fair. We know that there are other decentralized exchanges. People may find cheaper rates, but there just isn't enough liquidity to demand or report a accurate price at this point, which is why I haven't ever commented or really looked at price at this point. That will be changing since we do have utility, we do have our charity swap onboarded. We will be more aggressively entertaining our listing options. We have a growing list of options right now, and then finalizing some of our bigger discussions that have been ongoing since the beginning. So hopefully, good news on the exchange and token front coming in the near term. We see that that's really central focused as well with the kind of play to earn game version one coming out here in the first quarter of the next year. That's going to be on us, quicker than we realize, and we're really excited to see how the token really kind of engines that whole thing. And then we also have the Skeleton King Council coming up January 10th. So another shout out to that. Yeah.
Oh, can I quickly talk about the keys for a second?
Yeah, go
Y'all,
ahead.
y'all, we're at 98.7 ETH. I am verified on Twitter. I have applied for verification. The requirement is 100. If you feel like buying a key to pop us over that 100, please feel free to do so. Just saying. Because everything else is great. So
That's 1 ETH over there. That's crazy.
1.3 ETH. If we can put 1.3 ETH more volume
Wait,
over on the keys, then that will get verified. Then I will have direct contact with the back end, and then we can get the rest of them verified. I think that's our fastest path since it's been 45 days and they're killing me on the primary project.
oh wait, are we still talking about OpenSea right now?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh my God.
I know,
OpenSea,
but we're
OpenSea. Well, we are in other marketplace conversations. We do have other offers that are pretty interesting, but obviously those wouldn't be live today. So I'm really excited about what we've done on our marketplace. Zombie Mama, you've kind of spearheaded that and got the OpenSea integration direct to our website, which is so fun because
yes.
now people can actually go and safely figure out which collections are actually ours without us relying on OpenSea to translate that or manage or
Yes.
moderate that. Isn't that
Yes.
big?
It's
Thank
big.
you,
So
Adrian.
oh, you're welcome. I have to add the metaverse assets. I'm going to do that today. So when you guys are sending people to buy zombies, please send them to billionairezombies.com and have them go to under the buy link. All of our collections are under there. Like I said, I'm adding the metaverse ones today, but all of our collections are under there, and those are our official collections because we have lost probably 100 plus. Don't even get me started on
It's
fake.
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, and we
But
need to make sure we
the
protect.
end game with this is the affiliates, right? So the cool part is Adrian's building this functionality out where you can see that OpenSea is still retaining the volume, so you can see it on their website as well. So we're not necessarily pulling off site, but we are managing the collections and flows in a place where you can see it all, and then you can start to get a feel for our aggregate collection volume as well if you're tracking that. But ultimately, the real design and functionality we're aiming towards here is to give the ability to track referrals and things like that if you do bring people in. Isn't that right, Adrian?
Yes. So one of the things that we are incorporating is an affiliate program because we're going to in the future have. But this is a DAO, and this is something I'm bringing up and writing up for the King's Council to vote on. But we have the ability if we send people through the billionairezombies.com portal to track who is sending who and reward those people for their contribution to the community. And so we're organizing how we think that should look, and then the Kings will vote on that. So that's one of the things that we're creating is a whole itinerary of things for the Kings to vote on at that King's Council meeting.
And again, functionality and actual development, guys, that's the difference here. If you go look at our .com website in terms of functionality and what we're building that is, taste, feel, and touch right now, I think it really stands out head and shoulders above really any of our peers. I think it puts us in a whole nother peer category, which is really exciting. So even though crypto markets have been down, collections in volume, of course, have been down. Although this week we have been seeing kind of an uptick every day in volume, which is good. But we also had Christmas there yesterday, so we've had some holiday time, which has been good. Definitely did see some new wallets come in. I think our mailer to the altcoin list for our Christmas drop did drive some traffic to zombie purchases, which is cool. We definitely want to increase our focus efforts and marketing to what I think is like more sophisticated buyer communities, people that understand NFTs, are NFT purchasers already, or people that are into altcoins and have the ability to use MetaMask wallets already. That's going to increase our ROI and our marketing efforts. And I think we saw that on this first kind of test here. So that was good.
And
So on
then,
that amazing, go ahead, Adrian.
oh, sorry, one more thing. So I noticed, and I got invited, and I'm so sorry that I missed it the other night. we had a Twitter Spaces, and that was awesome. So one of the things I'm incorporating into the website is an events calendar, and if you so wish, I'm going to give you guys the ability to post whenever you're doing rooms on Twitter or Clubhouse or anywhere, those kinds of events, so that the whole community will know and be able to show up. And I just want to thank you all again. I so appreciate how many of you like got your Clubhouse links, and I posted that in the Clubhouse channel on Discord. There's a link, and we have a Billionaire Zombies Club there, and you can literally click that link and get your Clubhouse app, and get onboarded and everything. But it was so sweet when I did that AMA room over there, and it was just a full stage full of party hats with Billionaire Zombies. It was just really awesome. So I want to thank you for that. And we're stepping up our public marketing in terms of organic user generation throughout 2022. So we're going to be having a lot more rooms, a lot more tweet chats simultaneously with Twitter rooms, because those tweets live forever and the rooms don't. And then in Clubhouse, what's awesome is we now have the ability to do replays. So we can do how to buy your first zombie. We can do a room with that if you guys want to join. And then we put that on replay. And then anytime somebody goes to the club, they'll be able to scroll down and see all those replays with all those onboarding. So Discord is wonderful, and we have a great Discord. I love the reorganization. Thank you for putting general chat at the top. I wish I could just pin this above this Discord server above all of my private messages, which I have declared inbox bankruptcy. Don't message me here. But I really appreciate the mods getting together and working on a whole reorg of our Discord to make it much easier for people like me who cry every time they log into Discord. So thank you for that. But 2022, we're all going to take it out to the masses.
So, Quasi, what's the PR story for 2022?
Yeah, no, we are excited about Log Lead Press. We, like I mentioned earlier, it's all about aligning our press strategy with our development roadmap, and so excited to see a lot more breakthrough press in the next quarter. We also looking forward to gaming influencers and people in the crypto space that we want to align with. Um, I think those types of influencers who are already savvy around crypto are going to be great for our community. But we'd love to hear from the community about maybe people that they think should be a part of our influencer strategy as well. Totally open to ideas. You guys know who aligns with this community and who would be a good representative. So please feel free to reach out to us with ideas.
And I'm really excited about this piece Adrian's bringing together with the affiliate ability and ability to reward, the community directly for those that they bring in. I think that's going to be big too.
Oh yeah, and then we have a lot of musicians here in our community, and one of them is working with me, and we're going to tap some of our friends and some of Quasi and One's friends, and we're going to do kind of an anthem kind of thing for the Billionaire Zombies Club, which should be really really cool, and done right. I think we could pretty much outpace everybody else's theme songs, because I don't know if you saw the Desperate Apes Wives theme song. It was so cheesy. I can't even. And it went viral. And I'm like, okay, we are going to be 1,000x better than that and be played in clubs around the world. It's going to be a dance track. It's going to be freaking
Yeah, it's got to be cool.
baller. It's got to be a
Not
cool song,
salesy, not
period.
cheesy. It's got to be
No.
very authentic and dope. That's the
Yeah,
plan.
exactly. I think the chorus is gonna be something like "Let's fucking go." That's what I'm
So
thinking at the moment.
I do want to keep the AMA short because it is the holiday weekend. I want to bring up a few questions since I know. Let's see, KY. You just no. All right, let's see. Yeah, KY, you've been waiting for a minute, so I'll let you come up. And then go ahead and raise your hands. We want to get your questions answered because this is Ask Me Anything. So, KY, go ahead.
Hey, can you hear me, guys?
Yep.
Happy holidays! Happy holidays, everyone! And Zombie Mama, this is actually the first time that I have the opportunity to be in AMA. Hearing you, the last time I was here, you weren't here, and actually, this is an honor for me, Mr. Mohawk. Thank you for casting to YouTube, and I have a ton of questions actually. Sorry if I take your time so much, but first of all, um, is there any plans to give some rewards to the people who buy zombies or keys or other things that until the new year? I mean, the 1st of January. Is there going to be any giveaways for that or something like that? Any rewards?
Yeah, what we did with the skeleton keys was kind of spontaneous in giving those out to purchasers of zombies. I do think that that was a really cool giveaway, so we could look to do things like that in the future. But our whole ecosystem is designed to reward hodlers on a continued basis. You can see that in the free NFT assets or the paid NFT assets that came with BZC tokens, and then continued airdrops for tokens. So our next announced airdrop is the pre-game release, so we'll do that just preceding our version 1 of the game. That's going to be a very large ecosystem wide drop, so whether you have keys or kings or zombies, you're going to be receiving more tokens. So continuing to grow your collection will be rewarded in tokens in the first quarter right before the version 1 game drop. So that's very like directly the biggest thing that I can say for sure. But Zombie Mama or Adrian, did you have an answer to that different than mine?
No, that is what I thought our next drop plan was. We do have some opportunities that I don't know if I can discuss yet. We've been proposed to. No, I can't. I can't. I'm sorry. There's some things. There's some things.
Don't do it.
No,
Don't do
no,
it.
no. So there's some, I'll just say that there's some things that could happen, but we're still in discussions. And so I would say the more zombies you have, the better is kind of all I gotta say about that.
We're always going to reward people.
Uh, all right
Always.
then. Keep your
I'm
secret.
sorry. I can't. So yeah, it's not there yet, right? I mean, we've been really, really strategic and very careful about not telling you anything that isn't certain, right? We make sure that
Yeah,
we
yeah.
don't promote rumors or it's only if it's a thing and it's gonna happen, and then we can tell you about it. Up
All
until
right,
then,
so then
right?
stop talking
Yeah.
about it. So for
Okay.
now, though, we're really excited about our next token drop and our play to earn game. That's definitely what we can talk about.
Okay, okay. Thank you. One other question I have is about the token supply. Is there any limit to the token supply? Because I couldn't find anything. Maybe I didn't search well, but I couldn't
Yeah,
find it.
10 billion is the total token supply. This Christmas drop brought us to 1 quarter exactly. So 2.5 billion. We were at 2.2. We just dropped 300 million. That brings us to 2.5 billion. So 1 quarter of the total supply has been dropped. We don't want to create too much liquidity too fast in the ecosystem. So that is why we're waiting until right before the game release where we'll jump the second half of the token supply. The remainder will be up to the Skeleton Kings Council in terms of burning, distributing, keeping for game mechanics, reward liquidity pools, and things like that, or future drops. So that's going to be up to the discretion of the DAO. But we wanted to get the liquidity pool built out in a way that worked and had utility and made sense
Yeah,
to begin with.
yeah, yeah. Thank you for that. And something that I wanted to suggest actually, the NFT community, right? The one that is owned by Jason Followich, the famous guy. Uh, I saw many projects promoting there in the NFT community, and they get a good result. Actually, that is a suggestion. Just you should
It's a
consider that
great
yourself. But
It's a
yeah,
great suggestion. So I was in Crypto Pills is another. I'm friends with all of them and the team and the artist and everything. And I was in one of their clubhouse rooms the other night. And what they do is they promote their project in other Discord communities, especially very vibrant ones, and most especially right after something is sold out because you got a whole bunch of buyers and it's really on fire in the shill channels. And I thought that was absolutely genius. So if you guys are a member of any other communities, look at the off topic or the shill and see if other people are promoting and how well it's received. And if it's something that works in that community, I would say promote, promote, promote. And especially once we get the affiliate program up and running, then that's actually going to be a really big deal for you guys, because then you can promote direct to our billionairezombies.com website. People can do that. They can do the whole, I'll have a whole campaign set up with Gleam so you can actually track and everything will get
The
rewarded.
Yeah, actually, the NFT community, the original NFT community that is owned by Jason Followich, is actually paid promotion, and I think the team should consider that, because even the price is very high. I think 25 or 3K for each post. I'm not sure about that, but the price is very high, but the outcome is very good, because they are actually they were the first in the community. They actually own anywhere you type @NFT, you get their community. @NFT on Twitter, Instagram, anywhere. Just you type them, you get them.
Oh yeah,
And
that's
yeah,
Okay,
I
so
I,
please
I
just send a DM of the name of the community that you are suggesting to both Quasi, Amazing, and Zombie Mama Adrian over there, and we will definitely look into it. We're okay on
and
doing paid advertising.
yeah,
We've done a lot of paid advertising. We'll continue to do it. We are focused also on, real organic community growth. We haven't done much community interaction. So to kind of go off of Zombie Mama's answer over there, we do get requests for people to post or show in our Discord or do collaborative events. I mean, all the time, sometimes daily. And some of these are decent communities, but at the end of the day, when you look at the activity of our community and size of our community and strength of our brand, it hasn't really made sense to collaborate. But on the Switch side, we don't have anything to worry about because of the strength of our deliverables, our technology, our team, and just the
of course,
dopeness
of course.
of the PvPs. It's something we could do. There's a New Year's Eve party in the metaverse with some other pretty established
pills.
NFTs
Yeah,
that we've
crypto pills and the crypto
yeah,
voxels.
that we've been asked to do over and over, and they keep asking me to commit. So I guess if you guys are interested, we could party with the pills and the rest of the people in the metaverse and for a New Year's party, and we can do other things like that. So if you guys want to open up the borders and go run and play, I'm happy to do that. But it's a free society. You guys are always welcome to go and collaborate and get the information out there. But we really do believe in the technology and community that we're building here. So I just remain pretty focused and committed to our ship for the most part. But that's why we have Adrian and Quasi and everybody else here too.
And I know
Yeah,
Jason, and the @NFT brand that is actually owned by Mark Cuban. So I'm very familiar with them. I was there for the launch and all of that. So I have a pretty deep reach into every NFT project. Um,
yeah, that was actually a suggestion. The decision of course is all yours. But I saw many projects that got actually a good outcome from
and
promoting their projects there.
what's interesting is there's an NFT channel that promotes on Instagram, and they've got like 2 million followers, and you look at their likes and everything else, and they charge $40. And like that's just such a huge return on investment, that there are a lot of
Yeah,
opportunities like that are very inexpensive to get out there into the mainstream. But I got to tell you, organic conversation on Twitter and Instagram by our community,
On Clubhouse,
and
yeah.
on Clubhouse without, not paid, organic. I have seen, I'm also really, really biased. Full disclosure, I am the organic marketing girl. I'm all about attraction marketing rather than paid. And attraction and that kind of organic generation is so much bigger ROI. So I think that
And
absolutely.
Forbes
more.
article on that note was unpaid, you guys. That was not even a string poll. They put our name next to the BZC, as basically
Yeah.
the party luxurious NFT of 2021. So that was a pretty big quote that we'll get to keep. I think that was pretty impressive on
Cheers.
the media front.
I'm pretty excited about that. And yeah, our media has been great. And then Quasi and I are working on a bunch of stories for 2022. And, between the two of us, I think we pretty much know every journalist on the planet. So we're
Well,
going
in 2 months, you guys pulled Disrupt. I mean, we were in Disrupt and Hacker Noon and Tech Times and,
oh,
just
yeah.
Business Insider. It just goes on and on. I think Cointelegraph was going out. I thought any day now, something like that. We're all over the place. But let's talk about something other than marketing. I got a couple people up here. Liquid Electric's had his hand up for a minute. I know KY has some other questions too. Let's
Yeah.
get one from Liquid real quick, and then KY, you can hit us again.
Oh, okay, sure. I mute my microphone, and anyone has a question can go on.
Hey team, hope everyone's cool. Happy holidays. I just want to say first, thank you for the Christmas present. Thanks for the tokens. That was a real nice surprise. And I was just wondering, what are the next steps, or how sort of like soon is it going to be till we're listed on CoinGecko and Coin Marketplace? I really hate Poo Coin. It's it's not the most flattering listing platform. And also, just one thing I wanted to add as well. When we initially started talking about the tokens, I love the name of it being a brains token, because obviously it's going to be used in the game, and having to use brains in the game sounded really cool. Are we set on EZC coin?
Yeah, BZC is in the contract. That's what that is, and it really came down to the availability of the name in the market and the saturation of kind of scammy brain token projects that we didn't want to necessarily be affiliated against or with or anything like that. So that is it's on brand. It's like BTC. It's only one letter off. I mean, it honestly does carry well. So we're gonna stand by the BZC brand and grow with it here. In terms of listing, we do have listing offers, some in a billion daily volume range, some in a million daily volume range, kind of and everywhere in between. We're growing that list and we're looking at a rollout plan and options. I'll say in transparency, I just emailed Coinbase back. We've obviously been in touch for the whole time, and just talking about what the benefit is to whether we list on a bunch of exchanges or if we want to hold out for if there's a benefit to having just one or two strong listings. And so we're really evaluating our options and growing our list of options right now, I'd say, is how we're approaching this, and we want to make the right move. So it's not necessarily just getting the quickest out there. I think we've got our token out there. There is ability to get liquidity in terms of attracting new consumers and buyers and liquidity to the market. We definitely are focused still on the NFT front, but we will be increasing our exposure, our listing, and our marketing efforts in the token, especially as we ramp up towards the play to earn game, which, obviously that's going to make this whole ecosystem that much more attractive. And then, especially when you have a valued token. And so, making sure that there is major liquidity and a price that people can reference will help make that a clear value for people.
And I want to follow up with I did not like the brains idea. I mean, I thought it was cute for the zombies. I really did. But once I understood like the long term roadmap that one has for the whole project, BZC has a much more longer staying power in terms of brand recognition. And then, like he said, the brains tokens that are out there, 99% of them are scammy, dead. Like it would have been very difficult to find it for new people to find it. It just would have complicated it. So BZC DAO, since we are a DAO, that was what we settled on, and I think it's actually going to have the staying power that we want for the long term roadmap that's ahead. That you guys are going to freaking love when it gets revealed. So I think that was the from a brand standpoint. I'm a marketer and a brander, so for me, it was a much better choice. And I know the fun and the memes and the brains, and I get that. I totally do. But I really think you're going to
Well, it's a dead
understand.
point anyways, because it's
Yeah.
VVC and the contract and in everybody's wallets. So that's
Yes.
what that is. But what do you have any other questions on this one? Liquid
Yeah, that
electric.
made perfect sense. Yeah, and I completely agree. You're right. It's more of the meme aspect of the brains token. So yeah, that makes sense.
That
It wasn't
that
really a
doesn't
question.
mean we can't do brains. We can totally do memes with brains in it.
Or you can
Um,
call it in game, I suppose, whatever you want. But for the ticker symbol, that's what we have.
Great. I know we were like kind of moving away from marketing. I just wanted to suggest, like, I'm sure this is already your guys' plan, but rather than the influencing in the Instagram and Twitter world, are we going to be pursuing the Twitch and sort of, especially once the game starts getting rolled out, we're going to have people playing it on Twitch and pushing it that way? Is that going to be a big part of the marketing?
Oh my God,
That's my push. That's what I'm pushing. Yeah.
yes, yes, yes. I'm actually having the Twitch. So you know how you can go and you can buy like layouts for Fortnite and all these other games so that you have your Twitch channel branded. I'm actually having that designed right now. So
Nice,
yes, yes, yes. YouTube
nice.
and Twitch, live streaming, gaming. Heck
Yeah, we're in.
yeah. We're
That's
Have we,
totally
have we,
in.
have we got any big Twitch streamers in the community? Do we know? Ready?
You know
Uh,
what? One poet is not on the AMAs because that's not what he does, but he's the developer side. But one of the founders of Twitch is a friend, and we have plenty of opportunity, and we're definitely trying to play it right.
and I don't even know what to call him. It was boyfriend, now sort of boyfriend. I don't know. He was like the number two gamer in a competition a few years ago in the world. So he's got a ton of gamer contract contacts that are big. So he's gonna bring them in.
But yeah, this is our focus. This is in our marketing conversations. We're still doing all the traditional stuff, but I'm pushing, game pretty hard. That's kind of what we should see our focus shift to and we also want educated consumers though. So we want the crossover between gamers and NFTs and play to earn games. So where that market intersects, that's where you want to see us. That's where we're going to be trying to move a good portion of our marketing. Although of course basics like Instagram and other front end, I'd look at it just kind of mass communication, those things should be growing too. We do want to continue to run contests and grow our reach there. I don't want to say we're going to neglect anything, but I do want to shift focus to more of the avenue that you're discussing now with us.
Cool. If anyone's got some other questions, go ahead. Otherwise, I've got like a
Ye-
little dev advocate question.
Yeah, I
uh,
have a question.
KY hit us.
Yeah, thank you. I have a few questions. First of all, you announced that we can check the rarity on the rarity tools recently, and actually, I figured out that the rarity tools ranks are somehow different from the bzcrarity.com website that we already have.
Right. Let me
Which one
let
should
me
we
speak to
trust?
that. Yeah, so it's the issue is that on rarity tools, they're ranking based on the lack of traits. So if it's the highest weighted attribute, so that if you don't have a number of traits, like for example, an eye trait or a head trait or a weapon trait, then you could get as low as a 5 total trait count, which they're weighting as the highest value thing. So the first ranked item in essence is the plainest with the highest ranking other assets while being unusually plane. Now, that's fine for the ranking of the rarity of the PFP if you'd like to use that. We have reached out to them, even when they gave us kind of a sample beforehand to approve. I did send the feedback right away and have remained consistent in the feedback that we'd like that kind of number of trait weighting removed from our rarity ranking because I don't think that it represents our collection well or accurately. But if you want to look at it as the rarity of the actual art, that then you can do that. It's up to you. These are resources out there. We do think Rarity Tools is worth doing because of the amount of traders and consumers that use it, that are educated buyers that do need to be able to look up our product and find them. So we're thankful that they're now listing Polygon NFTs, which they weren't when we first reached out. I'm glad they reached back out and got us listed. I do hope they update their rarity settings, because in our game, the strength of your weapon and the rarity of your skin trait and the rarity of your head trait, those are the attributes that are going to affect your performance in the game. And the reduction in amount of traits will not have a positive effect in your in-game and token earning and playing ability. So that's why it doesn't make it a super good resource for our game necessarily, with the algorithm they have weighted the way they do for us right now. And I hope they update that.
Yeah, so to check if I got it wrong, you mean the bzc-rarity.com, the website that you previously said it's a better source for the rarity check for now, at least, right?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, if you want to look at it like the rarity of the PFP, then yeah, you maybe could use, let's say, rarity tools or something like that. But I would be looking at the rarity of the traits. It's very simple, guys. It's not a beauty contest of number one. It's the crystal skin is going to have more defense, and the crown's going to have more defense, and the background is going to have a slight augmentation on a number of different factors, including health and damage. If you look at the weapons, they're going to have a positive augmentation in damage. They're also going to have different damage and rates of fire. Even in our version 1 game, is where our design is right now. So, those are the things that in our collection I would be looking at. But we're going to be weighting all of the traits. But having a lack of traits, even if it makes you rarer from a PFP standpoint, isn't going to have a positive experience in the game.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for answering that. I have one other question and one other suggestion. I will keep it short. My question is for the physical keys, actually, the skeleton kings. Will you send them to anywhere around the world? I mean, even the third world countries, somewhere like that, or is it just specific countries to get them?
No, because we have members of the team all around the world, we're able to ship, as far as I know, any country that accepts international shipping.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay, I got the answer. And my other suggestion is that there is a website for tokens, altcoins, actually, CoinX. I think you heard about it. And CoinX is actually very how can I say it? Very it wants to be the first one to list anything, and I think they will accept it if we want to list the BZC tokens on there. And the website is very famous right now, so that's
Well,
the
we'll add
suggestion.
them to the list. Again, it's really more of a timing issue on what we want to list, because some of our big potential
Exactly.
partners may want that kind of breaking spot, but we'll definitely add them to this list. I know Quasi is always a note taker, so he's over here writing down all these suggestions for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much. This is it for me. Happy holidays, everyone. I hope you're enjoying your time and keep up the good work. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for the great questions. Liquid Electric, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, so simple one. I've never seen a project like this unique, and it's really cool. Do you see what do you guys see as the number one competition to us right now?
Oh, I love that question. That's a really fun one. Yeah, it is different because we're so big thinking and we have such deep talent sets in, a breadth of areas that have met a unique intersect. But the intersect of, tokenomics, cryptocurrency, fueling a play to earn game, backed by NFTs. I see the other people playing in that space really as like Axie Infinity. That's probably the biggest name. And it's funny because, as we were building, people kept bringing them up, and I just had a vague awareness of them. I hadn't really looked at them at all, and I'm glad I didn't, because maybe we would be breeding. Everyone was pushing breeding, and that's why. But I actually think that we're going to have a much more engaging game and a much more fun element to it. So I'm really glad that we didn't go anywhere near that direction. I think what we're doing is actually a lot bigger. I see them backing into some of where we're going to. So in the future, I do think they could be a player in the space. But of course, there's going to be the big players like Decentraland or Facebook's Horizon or any of these metaverses. But if we look at them instead of as competition, maybe Axie Infinity is maybe a direct competitor, but the rest of the metaverses, I think we're going to be able to integrate quite a bit into. And then the ability to mint new assets with the BZC token and earn them and play with them in game. I really see the overall kind of separate ecosystem continuing to grow even as we interact on the NFT level into other kind of viewed competitors. But yeah, it's really the play to earn gaming space that has the tokenomics and the NFT, and I'm not aware of much in terms of competition.
What I think is really a kind of a key point is that a lot of projects are starting to adopt our roadmap, or trying to. They don't have the same team we do, so it's going to be harder for them. But we do notice, they say that what is it? People copying you is the best form of flattery. We're noticing that
Imitation is the highest form of flattery, and I said
Yeah.
that in the team meeting, guys. That's why she's
Yes.
saying it
That's
now.
why I'm saying it, because we are noticing that people are starting to imitate us. They're noticing and they're like, "Oh my God, that's such a great idea." It's like,
Oh,
yes,
not
it
just like
is.
one person, like every major
Every.
NFT, even the big ones that came before us, the new ones that are popping up, everybody's like, oh, we're going to have a token and we're going to get I mean, you look at OpenSea, right? We're going to
Yeah.
reward the community with a tokenized DAO. Of course, yeah, so is
Of course
everybody.
you
And we're
are.
going to give a bunch to charity. Yeah, totally. Do
Of
that.
course you
That's a
are,
really
right?
good idea. And then you should bring your NFT characters to life in the metaverse and have them play to earn. I've never in my life heard of that, and everybody questioned me when I was doing it, yet everybody's trying to do it. The difference is we have the team actually doing it months ahead of you guys, and we've proven to everybody that we can blow the roadmap out of the water. We've got our website updating in real time, morphing and shaping to meet our community's needs while also being safe in terms of smart contract level interactions. Gosh, debugging real time, come at us. Honestly, we're going to continue to out tech and out deliver with the belief that the better tech will win over time.
Totally. So yeah, I think, and people, the other thing is, you've only seen a little tiny snapshot and a glimpse of the roadmap that one has like in his head. And I got a little glimpse of the longer roadmap one day, and I was like, whoa. So, they're going to keep imitating and they're going to keep trying, but they don't have that long-term vision because they're only seeing, it's kind of like with my dating app. I put out the white paper, I did all this, and then all of a sudden you have what's the swipey one? Well, Bumble added video chats, which Tinder, and then Tinder added an alert alarm button, and I'm like, a panic button, and I'm like, y'all don't understand where I was coming from when I designed this. So you implemented a poor replica version, so they
Right.
don't
The
understand the
implementation
long.
is the hard part.
Exactly. The reason that one designs certain features and puts things in the roadmap and does things is not because of that one thing and that's the end point. It's because he's got 100 points down the road
That's right.
that he knows where that has to go. And if you don't have that whole vision of where it's going to be in 10 years, you actually don't understand the why behind the implementation.
Right.
So then you're just going to do like the static function that isn't going to actually get you where he's going. So
Like people were wondering about why we printed so many more or minted so many more NFTs. And the reality is that in order to have a utility function for your token, we needed to be able to give them that ability and function to be able to mint new NFTs. And then that gives us the ability to have that utility before we go into the game, which otherwise would have been much later and the token would have been held up. So there's always a lot more to what we're doing, and our end game and our secret sauce, that's never going to be out there. So I think all the people who want to go party in the metaverse together with their NFTs are going to do it, and that's where the market was going. We just have been just slightly ahead of the curve, and we'll stay there, which is where we want to be, just slightly. So, Synapsis, you had a question? Shoot your shot, bud. Merry
Yes,
Christmas.
hi all. Firstly, sorry for my English. I'm from Germany, and many people know me in the community. I am the dad of a 14-year-old son, and he's one of your biggest fans. And the question is, he asking me, is this keys on secondary market? I think 3D keys, yeah. Have he the possibility later to do the same like the first keys, or is there the
Yes, actually, the 3D keys. So the reason that your keys morphed from 2D to 3D was because the first minting window is the last 2 weeks of December. We're in it now. So if you have not minted your keys, I would do it now, or your kings, I would do it now, because once end of December, then the minting window closes temporarily until we have our King's Council meeting. And then the King's Council will decide how many tokens it's going to take to mint your keys. And then at that point, or mint your kings, more kings. And at that point, then the minting window will open again and your 3D keys will be used to mint new kings. But we have to let the kings decide in the DAO how many tokens it's going to take to do that. And they could decide one BZZ token to mint a king, and then we'll have a trillion kings. Or they could decide it's going to be 1,000,000 tokens, or they could keep the price the same. That is up in the air, and it's up to the DAO to decide. And so that's why the swap between the 2D and the 3D kings, so that it was a way to keep it to one key, one king during this initial minting window.
Yeah, and I want to add
okay?
something to
I
that
understand.
and make
I
and
understand.
try to simplify and say it shorter too. But the thing I would add is that for the 2D keys that are not able to mint in this minting period, there are a certain amount of people that they just couldn't figure it out. We're looking at solutions where, let's say, at the King's Council, we could vote at the price for a 2D key, so maybe they can continue to mint at 250 or 300,000, 400,000, or some reduced amount for the ones that it never minted after this initial mint window. I do like that idea. That approving that makes sense. But for the 3D keys, yes, they will be able to mint in the future. The amount of tokens that it will require is to be determined. But if you do have a couple zombies and your son plays the game, or it even just stays in the ecosystem, for a year or something throughout the different drops, he could potentially get to a point where he would be able to mint a key or a king off of a 3D key. So that's how we're designing the game, especially if you're here at this point. If you get in 6 months from now with a zombie and you get a 3D key, it may take quite a bit longer than that in order to get to a king without buying one at market, whatever the price is then. But being in the position that he's in today, over the course of the year, he should be able to use that access point to get him a king, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so I don't know what the price of 3D keys is, but it may be a backdoor way to get in a little cheaper if you want to play the game and you're going to hang out in the community over
Yeah,
time.
that's
It
it.
should be a good call.
Is your son Miles?
Cool, that's it. Yeah, he tried to ask me every day. Hey, I want to play this fucking game, and I want to play. I have
We love Kyle. Oh my God, I want
three
to send him a zombie.
zombies, and
Christmas.
hey, he got so cheap. I bought him so cheap. It was 2 days mint stop, and hey, that was a steal, yeah. And yeah, in Christmas I bought him a third one, and he's so happy. Hey, thanks, guys.
That's so
I love
cool.
it. I love it. I love to hear that. And we have a number of youngsters in our community, which I absolutely adore. And we've got some artists in our community too that are doing their own projects, and they're inspired by this one. And we love to
Yeah.
support everybody. And I'm just so excited that we have the younger ones, because I always say, especially on Discord, right? I brought in the teenagers to run my Discord for my other project because I don't understand. So we love our
I love
youngsters.
the idea from charity. So the thing with the charities, Yeah, I would say this is perfectly to do something good in the world. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so cool. And I thank you so much for saying this in this format, because I get these messages. I'm not kidding. Like every day, someone saying I bought for $50, and it's, thousands and thousands, 10, 11, $12,000 now, and traded up. But when you look at the value, the assets that were dropped on me, things like that, people from the mint saying they paid off a year of their college during college, or kids, and then I get parents coming in and thanking us. It's unbelievable. And so we do get a lot of FUD and crazy in the chat, and that's okay. But it's stories like this that keep the team so motivated, and I think the community should hear more of them. So thank you so much for sharing.
We might have lost him. Snipe.
Hey guys, how's everyone doing?
Awesome sauce now.
Heard
Love
that.
love these stories.
I actually had just a quick question about the King's Council and how we are instructing the existing King owners and key owners who maybe aren't in the Discord loop but just trade on OpenSea. Have we thought about, say, airdropping basically just text on a picture of
Yes.
instructions?
Yep, that was one of my ideas, one of my suggestions that we're discussing, is just a King's airdrop that's like an invitation to the King's Council meeting.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. And the same with people who have the 2D keys who maybe don't even know that you can mint a king out of them, and it's just or just holding them because they're half an ether. Um, Same type of deal, just like a form of PSA, but in given Poly's low gas fees, we can actually airdrop them to them pretty
Well,
easily.
so out of 1,000 keys, 600 and something kings have minted, I believe, already. And then out of the remaining amount, I'm not sure what those people are doing. I don't understand why they wouldn't accept my offer at a quarter ETH, or whatever. But there are some people that are holding. So I think that is an idea. Maybe we could blend it into one airdrop and just say, to all of the key holders, here, your chance to mint is, going to close or change to a different price. And the first Skeleton Kings Council is January 10th. We don't want to announce the actual venue, Adrian. We're gonna keep that one, but
Oh yeah.
we will announce the venue. We have the software as well as the voting mechanics, ready to go. So that should be a clean experience. And even if we have to run something basic, just for the ease of chat, I forget what it was. Was it? Um, Zoom or Skype, or what was that? Just the low level one, Adrian?
Oh, we could do a Zoom. I also have a guest book which we could use. There's a bunch of different options that we have for people who are not necessarily metaverse centric yet. And then everyone who has a king will easily be able to vote. So we made that like super clean and super easy for everybody.
Yeah, so the mint gate and the voting mechanics, that, we've already been looking at that together. Adrian had that set up within days of setting up the DAO. That was kind of the first thing she did. So the interactive side, whether it's Discord or Skype or however we want to interact, or if it's full scale metaverse, no matter what, we need that voting mechanic to be solid. So we have that, and it's one of the ones that the big DAOs use. So it's proven. It's not in house. You guys should feel really comfortable about it. And the key is that people understand what they're voting on, and that they have public forums to discuss what that is without too much intervention on our side. So even when we're looking at more advanced formats for our meeting, things like metaverse options, that would be a lot of fun. And we'll see what we can do in terms of timeline on that. Baby's leak I can do. But we'd love to do that, but we want to make sure that everybody has the ability to hear the different voices and have as close to an unmoderated experience as is civilly possible, so that you guys collectively can come to an unled decision as far as what everybody wants to do decentrally. So that's kind of a focus. But we do feel technology wise, we should be able to deliver that by January 10th, and we'll disseminate that information publicly. In terms of an airdrop, I'm not ready to commit to that, but I guess it wouldn't be terribly difficult to do.
Yeah, we got the dialed in for the airdrops. That is now old hat for us. But yes, the voting mechanism, every single king will be able to vote very easily. Whether or not they are technologically themselves able to join the metaverse is
Whether they
up to
choose
them.
to participate
Choose to participate or not, they will all be able to vote. So we've got that part all dialed in, and that's working. But we're really excited. Actually, I'm really about the January 10th event. I'm really, really excited. I can't wait till we tell you all. If you have a king, I believe we have a King's Council channel here on Discord. I think that's where that conversation will be, and where we'll first drop the information about how to participate. That is what I believe. That is a one decision.
Awesome. I appreciate it. And I did have two other questions. One, I see it a lot in the general chat. There's a confusion with the 2D and 3D keys. From my understanding, the 3D keys, once the mint restarts, you are not limited to the number of kings that you can mint based on the key. You're limited based on the price and how many tokens you have.
Correct.
And so there's not an extreme benefit to holding multiple keys other than being able to be selective in who you bring in to the kings in the future.
Right, that and access. So access to live events, access to say whitelists, and future early access to things that we
Whatever's
may
your
have.
plus one or
Yeah.
party. Gotcha.
But
Okay.
I agree. So if I were playing the game and I had, 5 or 10 zombies, I may only want, let's say, 2 keys, and then one to, if in the future, say someone comes in and is able to accumulate a certain amount of tokens, they need a key to be able to mint. I do think that should cause them to retain value in the future. So you could hold them just from a value perspective potentially. But the other thing would be like the plus one element. Because of my position in the organization, I don't want to break rules, and so if we have an event with key card only access and we've got 8 people I want to bring, I'd like to have an extra 6 keys to bring in my friends, and then that controls how many people I can turn into kingmakers in the future. And so that's the value moving forward.
Definitely. Luckily, most of my friend group trusted me when I told them to mint, so they all got kings. But
Sweet.
the last question I had was, when and if are we going to have female zombies and or queens?
I'm gonna no, Adrian. I'm gonna do it.
I know.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Sorry, Adrian would love to stick to the game plan of February, and it is possible, but we would definitely want to see a recovery in the markets and in volume in our collections before we stick to that original roadmap plan. So we have the ability to go to crypto vixens, and then Valkyries would be like the DAO equivalent level that we would do on Minters. We would give key card holders early access and some other little surprises that, because of the markets, we will delay our then I'm saying this before anyone can say anything otherwise. We're going to potentially have to watch that timeline. We may extend a few of our timelines, not because we can't deliver, but because we want to make sure that the market can bear what we're delivering at the rate we're delivering. And then we'll focus on quality, because it's always, as one poet always says, it's a triangle between time, money, and quality. And so we may choose to lengthen our time a little bit, let the community develop and mature in some of our asset classes that we have, and then just continue to grow quality in terms of that deliverable. With that as a lead in, Adrian, I know you have a bunch you'd like to say, but keep it
No,
quiet.
I was just going to say, I want to be the only queen. That's all I was saying. I just want to be the only skeleton queen.
Well, I do think there's a market. I mean, there are people that want PFPs that want to represent themselves in the metaverse, gender equal to the gender that they retain in real life.
Yes,
And these are
that's true.
male designed zombies. And so there is a certain segment of the market that we will better reach. And so I do want to move into that. And there are options for us to reach out to the communities that Adrian and others have that are kind of more women designed, or maybe even
A dog,
exclusively.
and I'd be happy to get you guys into the. I'm sure someone else in this group has one as well, but they are pretty easy to network with.
Oh yeah, we have 260,000 women in the Women in Blockchain. So we can tap that community for the crypto vixens and the Valkyries. And I've been running crypto vixens since 2017. So we've got a huge community too. So yes, we definitely have women on our mind. And that was one of the funniest discussions about the whole breeding or no breeding. Was like, nobody wants to have sex with zombies.
How do you zombie?
Long term, it is a solution for growth because if we're going to have 10 million plus players, there's going to be a requirement for diversity in the
Yeah,
PF.
no, we're gonna have it way before there. It's just, we wanted to actually go Crypto Vixens January 14th and Valkyries maybe March 14th. And at this point, we're looking at adjusting our timelines to a point where maybe we open a whitelist, February 14th, yeah, or start to play to earn your spot on the whitelist within our game. As the one female avatar. There's a bunch of ideas, guys. We're way on it. But yeah, women are in the pipeline, but we want to watch the maturity of our ecosystem as well. And we're hearing everybody's input. Not all the time, but we're doing our best to keep up with all of the voices that contribute in terms of the timing and the direction. But we do have a very strong, cohesive overall game plan that we will stick to some degree, kind of no matter what anybody says, as you guys have seen, because we do see the need to grow our ecosystem. We are going to need closer to that 23 to 25,000 total avatars. We think the leasing model is really smart. We don't see people doing it. And yeah, we think that there's a lot of opportunity here, especially to grow our ecosystem and get some crossover. If we get, let's say, even only 1,000 new wallets on the women's side, if half of those come with interested zombies, then it actually turned out to be a huge net positive. We could do a fresh mint. We could do access potentially within some of our assets, as people have discussed. But there are other and kind of bigger game plans too that we can't discuss. So we're trying to time it all together and make it work. And we will. And so we're going to watch and see what the market does for us here. We're going to keep turning every mechanic that we can to increase it. But we're here for the long run too. And we're going to keep delivering great tech, and we're going to bring in the women along the way, and as soon as possible if it's up to me.
And I love the play to earn whitelist idea. Me personally, I think we've got a combination of the hodlers and the paper hands people, and I love the hodlers. I love our community. I think you guys freaking rock. One of the most vibrant communities in this entire space. And I think that doing a play to earn for the whitelist is never been done. And I think it would also then lead the market into doing the same thing. And we love being first.
It was done really successfully recently.
Oh, it was? Okay, well, I missed that. But I love the idea because it rewards the people who are the most dedicated to our community. So I love that.
All right. So, Maddie, why don't you hit us out with the last question here? I don't want to keep everyone's holiday weekend too long.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep, go for it.
Okay, hey, happy Christmas to all of you, first of all. And I have a suggestion regarding spreading knowledge to our holders and especially newcomers. And so, can we have like educational channel or something like that in which we will put valuable hints? For example, something that can be put in such channel is the information regarding this rarity tools issue that we mentioned before. I think that people should know that plain zombies are more valuable as PFPs and zombies with rare traits are more valuable in the game, so that holders will be aware what they're buying and they will avoid mistakes. And that's also something that Blaze Blue brought up a few days ago, and I think he had the point. And we can, of course, use this channel for putting there more useful information in the future. What do you think about it?
Yes. So one of the things that we're discussing with One Poet is we're actually going to do a Medium channel because we don't have enough public, like everything in Discord doesn't get spidered and indexed on Google. And so when we create the Medium channel to do the updates and things like that, those kinds of things would be perfect for that, to have that educational piece so that actually when people are Googling for that information will come up. So that's
Yeah, we
definitely
can
on the
also
roadmap.
add to Discord, but Discord is very cluttered right now. You can see there are so many channels. There's such a volume of information. It is searchable, but it can be cumbersome. We do quite a bit of announcements and AMAs. We are getting out information to our Discord community, and we appreciate everyone who's 24/7 on Discord, able to take so many questions all the time, and all our moderators too, which is why we cut them so much slack, y'all, because it's really important because they do a lot, and we appreciate everyone's help. But yes, also one other thing that I would add to your publicly disseminating information comment would be that we need to begin an email list. So as soon as possible, I'd like to get a splash landing page. I know we've got so much
It's set up.
going
I will put up
on
I
our
will put up
website.
the page today because it is already set up with the
But
email list.
we have so much going on, but we'll get it on the .com, we'll get it on the .club, and we'll start making sure that people are getting email updates as well. That way, they're not just relying on checking their Discord. I do think that that's something that we should reasonably be doing, and then we can increase our remarketing as well, which is a very important part of any marketing pipeline.
Okay, thank you very much for the answer.
Yeah, guys. Well, hey, thank you so much for everyone's time. Merry Christmas. Turn one back for me. Turn it up. Enjoy. Be nice. Play nice in Discord, you guys. Everyone's having a good time. Let's keep it fun. Keep it high vibe.
And
Enjoy.
maybe keep it PG. Just saying. You want me to bring the girls in? Like I'm fond of saying, it is an unsupervised frat house, so let's just keep it good for the 14-year-olds who we have in the community.
I have one other recommendation, I guess you could call it. We have a lot of power in this AMA. We have 80 people with us, all kind of on the same page. Have we thought about ending the AMAs with either Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, Raid, where because we're all kind of on the same page at the moment, where we can move as a group. I'm not a super
Yeah,
huge
I
fan of
love
just
that
spamming
idea.
chats, but
I love that idea, and I think Adrian and our reach is much bigger because we're streaming on other platforms. It's just on Discord where we had 90, but we may have hundreds on YouTube. We had hundreds when we were only hosting here, and soon to be thousands across our channels. So yeah, absolutely mobilize. Take it to Clubhouse. People run Clubhouse rooms. Sometimes for half a day, things like that, and the amount of education that happens and community that's built, as well as new awareness of the project, is significant. And I know that Adrian's a big fan of that. So, Adrian, where do you want to
Oh,
lead us?
so we have a club on Clubhouse. I'm setting up a tool where we're going to be able to cross stream from Twitter Spaces, Clubhouse, YouTube, all of that. So we could I will see if I can work with Mr. Mohawk and see if
No,
we can get.
right now. If
Oh,
you're gonna
right
take
now?
if
Oh, do
you're
we
gonna
gotta go to
take
Clubhouse?
300 people and send them somewhere, are we gonna go to Clubhouse, or are we gonna?
Yes. Can we go to Clubhouse? My favorite. Can we go to Clubhouse? Can we go to Clubhouse? Can we go to
Yeah,
Clubhouse? Okay,
I'm saying, where do you
I
want to
will
take
go.
people? And then people who don't have Clubhouse, who don't want to download it, then go to Twitter Spaces and make something happen. And you go on Clubhouse, and I'll go hang out and say hi on Twitter Spaces sometime in the next hour or two. Can we do
Cool.
that?
Yeah, I'm gonna go set up a room right now in the Billionaire Zombies Club
I
on
think that
Clubhouse.
you would be able to maybe screen share or show the group how to go about getting everything done to get into the clubhouse, or give us some
Oh yeah, you need a
guidance in that
personal
sense?
invite. That's like a text invite.
Oh, no, I already did it. So basically, in the Clubhouse channel in Discord, I posted the link, and it's a direct invite if you don't have Clubhouse, where you click that link and you set up your Clubhouse, you set up your avatar, your username, all that, and then you're automatically a member of that group. And I've got that group set up that anybody who's a member of that group can run rooms in that group. So if we can start running lots of rooms and start bringing people in, that would be amazing. So I also have an ambassadors channel on here on the Discord. So if you are interested in leading rooms on Twitter Spaces or Clubhouse or YouTube or Twitch or whatever you want to do, please go join that, because we're setting up an editorial calendar. And like I said, we're setting up the calendar on the website. So we'll have an events calendar. So whenever you're doing an event, you can put it on there. That'll also get spidered on Google. And then anybody who wants to know when things are happening, it's all in one place.
All right, guys. Well, let's ready break. I'll see you guys in Twitter. Adrian, see you in
Clubhouse.
Clubhouse.
I'm going to go see you all in Clubhouse.
And that's actually really cool, guys. Normally you have to get invited, and people are like buying or selling these invites. I don't know if that's still like that, but apparently on Discord you can just join and get invited through the Billionaire Zombies. Join the club, host a room. See you guys out there. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.